So let me put my AOE glasses on because we are back, babies. Or are we? So the newest trailer for Attack on Titan, Attack Titan the movie, the last Titan, it has appeared, it has dropped, and now it seems like people at Pony Canyon and the producers for Attack on Titan have decided to merge the last two specials into one movie. And there is already talk about AOE, there is already talk about milking, supposed milkings, and the comparisons of some really dumb people to the milking shit that Demon Slayer did, and how it insulted, in Farsi we say shu'ur mukhatab, that's insulted, what the fuck is shu'ur in English? I mean, consciousness. I mean, insulting the viewers. Let's just. Do you like the shirt? I love these shirts, man. After playing Yakuza Infinite Wells, I have become a very avid fan of these kinds of Hawaii shirts. So here's the thing. I watched a trailer, a very interesting choice of OST and AOE bros. I'm here to disappoint you and also not disappoint you at the same time. I'm gonna make another follow-up video on it too, because I didn't have enough time to go through the materials that I actually see for this thing. So the last Attack teaser, the song, the OST that we get, is a pretty interesting one that I never heard about, and it gives me a kind of vibe of the AOE thing. I do understand what you are probably thinking here. Okay, look, first of all, I did the math. So basically, it's if you combine the runtime of both episodes, it's actually 146 minutes, and let's just deduct under the tree thingy from the first one, and some of the stuff that are the same in both, and we get like 140 or something like that, 141, and that would be like 5 minutes more than what we had before. So we have 5 minutes more than that. Okay, first of all, my honest opinion, 5 minutes is not even enough to go through AOE. People are going to be fucking confused, and it doesn't really help much. But here's what they can do, because the reason we are getting the compilation of these two special episodes and it's getting theatrical release is beyond me, and the only reason I can find is that they are probably going to tease something new, be it a sequel or AOE. And about AOE, I do think that 5 minutes, or let's say credits opening and stuff, even 1 minute is enough to make a little reference to AOE or change some stuff. Do remember that in the episodic release they skipped over the Beren part, and they never showed us that. So in this situation, in the thing that we have here, considering that Isayama hasn't even made his hot springs yet, that he had to his onsen yet, that he hasn't, that he was supposed to do, he was supposed to make when he was finished with Attack on Titan, Attack Titan Shingeki no Kyojin. It's a more, it's a correct pronunciation, let's say. Here's what happened. Okay, in my opinion, they must be planning to tease something, or they want to make money. The thing about making money doesn't make much sense, and we are going to talk about that. But AOE, in 5 minutes, they can only tease something for the years to come. Do remember that Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion did the AOE thing, let's call it, and it took a whole lot of time. It took like years and years until they finally got to the conclusion and they actually began, and no one was really realizing what was happening. Code Geass 2, it takes time, and they could be either testing the waters to see how much interest there is for more Attack on Titan content, that we can clearly see that people are still talking about this, and every single dumb people that thought like Attack on Titan would be dead like within months of, or within days of being finished, is pretty much overida in the brain department, and enjoying a trip down to Gaga Land. Not the Gaga Land, you know, the Gaga Land we say in Farsi, that means going to Ga, but I'm not gonna talk about that. It's not a very interesting, it's not a very polite, let's say, a terminology. So here's the thing, they could be testing the waters to see how much people are interested in Attack on Titan, to see how they are going to proceed with AOE, because I have made videos about AOE, and the milestone we have is 2026. This is the theatrical release in Japan, and we haven't heard more of other people, other places that is going to be broadcasted. And do remember that they said that there are improved cuts. It does need the improved cuts. There were some very bad situations with the cuts and with the animation in some parts with the anime, and how the visual elements were actually portrayed and worked on. About the milking part, this is one of the most stupid shits I have seen, and I've been dealing with One Piece fans for a long time, so trust me, if I say it's stupid, it must be even beyond One Piece fans, or I think some of those dumb people that said that we're actually One Piece or Bleach fans. They said Attack on Titan is milking, and that's pretty much fucking stupid. Look, you comparing that to Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba is beyond dumb, and you must be pretty much shut down in the brain department, because look bro, what Demon Slayer did was that they broadcasted the thing in the theaters and got the money they wanted, and then distributed that in TV format. So they just cut the shit and that's it. Look, here we have Attack on Titan. They broadcasted the 2 episodes, special episodes that could have been theatrical release, each of them. They did that easily and everyone watched that. The internet went down and actually the Crunchyroll servers crashed, in a stark contrast to what happened with the Gear 5, that One Piece fans had to resort to putting their phones on airplane mode to say that Crunchyroll crashed. I mean, One Piece has become one of the worst communities on earth. So, okay then. That was the situation. And people watched that and discussions, and that was over. So they released the Blu-rays. People bought the Blu-rays, the ones that they wanted. And now we are at this point that they are doing a theatrical release. It's the exact opposite of what Demon Slayer did. And it actually impacts the sales. Bro, you are not going to watch the same thing in the theaters if you have actually seen it on Blu-ray and on TV. Or whatever, simulcast. Because look, the super fans are going to do that. Oh hell, I'm going to watch it if I was in Japan, I would actually be in the theaters watching that. But not everyone is going to pay $20 for something they have watched and moved on from. Do understand that it's not going to make even like 1/100th of what would it make if it was theatrical release first. So just put that in your dumb mind that this is not the same situation as milking, and that begs the question, why the fuck are they even doing this if this is not this doesn't seem to be for the money. If they wanted to do it for the money, they should have done it first and not now. And we do know that interest for Attack on Titan wasn't even dying and is not even dying right now. The series has been over for at least a year, at least now, close to a year now. And people are actually hyped over the trailer and discussing it everywhere over the internet. So I'm pretty sure if we have access to the data that shows that interest for the anime wasn't done and wasn't gone, I'm sure they, with the whole analytical, not skills, but companies that they work on, they would have access to better data than us. And they would actually know pretty well that people actually love this series and would talk about it and discuss it for a long time. So they would have waited for a theatrical release. We would have waited for a theatrical release, and the reason they didn't do that was probably AOE or whatever the heck happened behind the scenes with the producers that somehow didn't love the money. But this isn't milking, man, and Kimetsu no Yaiba had a terrible pacing and they just added pretty stupid stuff to make it like as long as possible. You can't compare that to Attack on Titan that doesn't have like over 3 minutes or 2 minutes of extra stuff, extra dumb stuff, or the extra stuff all in all, when it was actually Demon Slayer that started this whole milking shit. And Attack on Titan was never milked, man. Demon Slayer was milked. I'm gonna talk about milking too. I talked about that in the Farsi community. You guys need a good ass beating to understand what's going on. Thank you very much for watching, and let's see what happens. But I do think that we are going to get some teasing of AOE. More AOE videos will be coming up. I'm a bit having a little bit of difficulty making videos. I'm gonna find some editors for the Farsi channel soon, and hopefully I will have my hands free for this place. And yeah, bye boys and good night.